Congratulations, you're dead, becoming one with the earth, as it were. Now, some craftsman is going to put 10 words or less onto a big slab of granite. What's it going to say about you? Welcome back, my friends. In the immortal words of I don't know who, we all live, we all die. It's what we do in between that really makes a difference now, isn't it? Eventually, all of us are going to leave some kind of legacy, some kind of stories, tales, thoughts about who we were and what we did. What is ours going to say? For me personally, I got several possibilities. Now let me try some of these out on you. He was kind of tall. He was the beast. Yeah, that's an inside joke reference I'll tell you all later. Here's probably, he did his best, sadly. I don't really like any of those. Okay, so maybe none of them are going to make my final list. What is? And as far as you, like I say, people are going to remember us for something that we did early in life, later in life. What are we going to do later in our lives? Okay, I would now like to quote an old Chinese saying, if I may. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. That entire poem up to the third stanza used to describe me in great detail. Maybe not the fishing so much, but seeking the inheritance, seeking the fortune, thinking that would make my life a grand. And what I've come to learn since then was, no, it really doesn't. That whole pursuit of money and power and wealth and rubbing elbows with governors and senators, it doesn't do you any good. You can never get enough of it because it's never satisfying. What I have discovered in the meantime, this was about 10 years ago that all this started, was just volunteering, just doing things for others. Now that could mean a little bit of anything for anybody. For me, it's disaster recovery and response. So, big bad hurricane comes through and cleans out parts of this state, that state. I go help. I try to do what I can. People help at the animal shelter. People help at the food bank. People help in all sorts of ways. And what I have learned is that fourth stanza of the Chinese saying that, you want to find happiness for a lifetime, help somebody else. Yeah, they had it nailed. Now, I want to speak of a friend. She is also in our age demographic. Her name is Alison Thompson. She used to live in New York City, just doing what New York Cityans do. And she was there at 9/11. She was there when the planes hit the towers. And I think it changed her life forever. Basically, she put on a pair of rollerblades, headed right down to where everything was happening, and she didn't leave for months. She just stayed and worked. No matter how many times they tried to tell her to leave or whatnot, she stayed and she volunteered. And after that, she founded Third Wave Volunteers. She's been all around the world. She has done so many incredible things because she discovered that a life of giving, a life of humanitarian, is a way to have happiness for life. Now, I'm going to put a link down in the description below about her TED Talk. It's called Everyone is Needed. It's actually really good. Well, I shouldn't say really good. It's a very moving story of her time in New York City. But I want to give you another example. She was in Sri Lanka. She was in Sri Lanka in 2005 after the tsunami, doing what Alison does, basically rebuilding, helping. But she noticed they did not have an early warning system for tsunamis. They basically had someone on the beach yelling, "Hey, run," and that was it. Now, she is not any type of scientist. She doesn't know how to do this, but she does know how to get people together. And they created something called the CTEC, C-T-E-C. It's actually the very first tsunami early warning system anywhere over there. And she got the right people together and they built this thing, and it has saved lives. I bring that up because, well, this is kind of a life coaching video. She had set herself goals, and this is what she does. She decides that she needs to do something, to go somewhere, And she will work with people. She will figure out what are the options, what are the best paths to get to the goal that I want, to make sure that it happens. And then she works with all the right people to make that happen. And she is just a master at self-life coaching. But I do know also that she has a lot of people who do help her and assist her and get her to where she needs to be. So what can we all learn from Alison? Well, to love others, absolutely. To set goals and to pursue them, absolutely again. But everybody, Alison is up here, and not all of us can be up there, but as long as we do something, and I would posit that as long as we do something to help someone outside of our little hula hoop that we kind of tend to walk around in, then really that is all you need to do to have a happy life for yourself and for others. And as far as life coaching goes, I think when you try to come up with the goals that you want in life, well, a lot of them have to be self-serving. There are things you want. There's your careers, there's your relationship. But throw a couple goals in there also that deal with other people and relentlessly pursue those goals as well. Now, by the way, my friend, this is not a guilt trip to try to get you to do things because you're not doing them now, or to make you feel bad because maybe you're not doing things as they are. This is merely a suggestion. This is merely an idea. Just, if you're going to throw some goals out that you want to reach, maybe you want to think about it. If not, that's cool too. Everyone's life is different. Everyone has their own goals. And I'm just trying to help you along a little bit with, maybe filling in a couple blank ones that you haven't quite thought of yet. Alrighty, so what can we do to actually get to that promised land so that when they do chisel those magic words on our headstone, that, maybe we can have some better words? Well, here's some suggestions I got for you. The first one is just let go of the past. Now, you can't change anything that you have done. The only thing you can do is learn from it. And if it wasn't a good thing, to maybe not do it again. You cannot take things too personally because everybody hiccups, everybody has flaws, everybody falls down. Trust me, I am the king of skinned knees. So if you don't take things, as a personal insult, it makes the transition, makes the path much more easier. And well, a couple others. Stop worrying about the future. Just take steps to get there. And whenever you can, choose kindness. Now for me, I think I know exactly what I want them to put on my tombstone 47 years from now. I'd like them just to type in, he made a difference. We'll see you soon.